Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So Desi Perkins just posted a video the other day, and I will link it down below, with her top 10 beauty products that she couldn't live without. And it got me thinking, because I have a lot of products that I love and I have products that I call ride or die, and then I use them like every time I do my makeup or every other, but could I really live without them? And it got me thinking about what are my actual products that, like, across the board, there is no substitution for. So I wanted to do my top 10 beauty products that, for me, are irreplaceable. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. And please don't forget to subscribe, because I do upload twice a week, and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I am posting. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so item number 1. I cannot live without this. Like, this stuff changed the game for me. This is the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleanser. I think this is bottle number 5 for me. I actually have a little spray bottle of it that I keep on my vanity, and what this does, spray it on a brush, swipe it, and all of the pigment on an eyeshadow brush will come right out, and it leaves your brush looking basically brand new and ready to use. Because of the formula, whatever it is, it does not keep it wet. So the brush is dry and ready to go right in with your next shade. So I have used the Sephora Vera color switch, where you go in with an eyeshadow, you blend, you swirl it in here, and it pulls off any of the color, and you can go into another one. But it doesn't clean the brush, and it'll still be like stained with pigment, but the loose stuff that might mess with your colors will be gone. With this stuff, I take a wet tissue, I spray it, and I take a dirty brush and I just twirl. And you see all that color coming right off? Now this is a bunch of reds because I used the Modern Renaissance today, and look how much cleaner it leaves the brush. Now any of that residual color on the brush is actually just staining. If I go on, there is no pigment coming off anywhere. It is dry. This is ready to go right into a new shadow and blend out. It is perfect. But, you know, you still have to shampoo your brushes like once a week, but in between, this stuff is magic. The next item, obviously, is MAC Fix Plus. This is something that everybody loves. I have the full size. I have all 3 of the originally limited edition. Now they are more available, but the scents in coconut, lavender, and rose water, and clearly they have all been used as well. I feel like I have one of these with me all the time to freshen up my makeup, but more importantly, this is the best for transforming your shimmer shades and making them metallic. Now, I did not use it today for once, because I'm doing an all matte look on the lid, but if I wasn't, this is what I use all the time to turn every shimmer shade just that much more vibrant and metallic. The next item, I actually was really surprised that it ended up making it into this list, and it is the Cody Airspun Translucent Extra Coverage Setting Powder. Now, I have a lot of translucent setting powders, tinted setting powders, really just setting powders in general, and I find across the board, this is the one I keep going back to. And not only do I go back to it, like I'll use my Laura Mercier, I will use my RCMA, I will use any of these other powders, and I'll put it on and I'll bake with it and I'll dust it off and I'll be like, I need a little more coverage. And I love that this is like half foundation powder, half setting powder, and I get a little extra coverage. Like even right now, like I have a little bit of pigmentation coming through. Just like a foundation powder, I could dust this back under the eyes and it will re-brighten everything, make everything look brand new. It is great for touch-ups, it is great for anything. And like I use it to sharpen up my contour, basically anything I use a setting powder for, but this one is just that much better. And when you can get like a $5 price point out of other things where I've spent $50 on a powder, clearly it is worth being a holy grail favorite forever. The next item, and these aren't all makeup, some of them are like beauty related, but these are the Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes, and this is the blue one. I know they have the purple one too, but the blue one, I think I buy these like 10 at a time. BJ's Wholesale Club has 5 packs where it's like basically buy 3.5, get the other 1.5 free. It's like $14 for 5 packs when they're like $4 a piece at Target. I get those 2 at a time. I use these to clean up and get a really sharp edge when I'm doing a look where I do my eyes first, or at the end of the day to take my makeup off. It is the only thing that I've used that does not irritate, burn, sting, and it takes so much off. The one issue is that towards the end of the pack, they do dry out a little bit, but I go through them so quickly lately that it's not really that big of a deal for me anymore. The next will not surprise anyone who's been on my channel for a while, and it is the Clarisonic Smart Profile Uplift. Now, I use this twice a day, every day, to cleanse my face. It gets makeup off my face, it removes dirt from my pores. It's just fantastic for cleaning. There is a brush head attachment that is actually on that shelf over there, but it is fantastic for blending out very liquidy foundations. Across the board, this is a fantastic investment. I used my Ulta points for it, so I didn't actually have to pay out of pocket for it, but if I did, I would not be upset. It is that good. I use it. This clearly turn around my skin game, because my skin before using this was good, but not as nice and good as it could have been. This has helped really step that up. Next is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Now, I have primed my eyes with, let's see, I have Urban Decay, I have Smashbox, I have e.l.f., I have NYX, I have Pixie by Petra, I have Milani. This is the only one that doesn't crease on me, and that includes, I'll go in with Shape Tape. I'll go in with all of my concealers to try and see which works best. And this is the only thing I have found that doesn't actually crease on me at all. And that is a huge deal for me. And it's gotten to the point where, I won't even try to do eyeshadow if I don't have it with me, ever. I would rather have no eyeshadow on than have it be ruined by creasing. I touched a little bit on this on my wedding makeup routine, and this is the Morphe M504 brush. I actually have two of them, and I only recently picked up the second one because at my wedding, my future sister-in-law accidentally took this brush with her. She and I had our makeup on one table, we were doing it together, and we're actually both really surprised that this is the only thing that got mixed up, but we both have it because we both have the Jaclyn Hill collection, so she just must have thought it was hers and picked it up. And for the entire week and a half after, until I saw her next, every time I did my makeup, I found myself missing this brush. It is the first thing I go in with to set down a transition color. I will also use it to set down translucent powder before I go in with any color. And I'll usually actually take this first sideways and I'll blend out that first transition. And then I'll go right in the crease to focus the first transition as well. So my first two colors always use this brush. And I know that to call a brush ride or die is kind of ridiculous, but honestly, when I don't have it, I miss it. And I miss it to the point where you could take away any other brush in my routine, don't touch this one. The next item, again, is something I spoke about in my first favorites video ever, and it is Flexitarian, the Super Shock Cheek from Colourpop. Now, I'm wearing it on my inner corners today. I have an all matte look going on, and I still wanted a vibrant inner corner. This stuff is, you see it in the pan, but do you see how blinding this is? It is beautiful, and it is metallic, and it is fantastic. And I've spoken about it so many times that I'm sure people are like, okay, we get it, we're done, give us something new. But I keep going back to it because it is that amazing. Just to have this kind of sheen for such a low price point, it's fantastic. I am not wearing it on the face today. I am actually wearing the new Morphe Bretman Rock collection. But I do love it on the cheeks. Just today I wanted something a little bit different and a little bit less white because I was feeling a little bronzy. But this is a game changer. If nothing else, it is in my inner corners every day. You can tell you love a product if you have multiple of the exact same thing, and that is the case for the last two products. The first one is the Morphe Continuous Mist Prep and Set Setting Spray. I used this on my wedding day. I had a bottle on the table next to me and Brandon, and I touched up with this so often. I have backups. I love the new packaging, by the way. I love it, but I have 3 backups. I buy these 4 at a time, 2 at a time. They're constantly out of stock, and I constantly purchase a lot more every time they become available. It's one of those things that I just find myself consistently loving, and I have setting sprays in there that I've had forever that I've loved, that I've gone through 3 bottles of this since getting it, and I've neglected everything else I have. Between the aerosol, how well it takes down powder, how well it just makes everything pop, it is beautiful. And it does help to play up your shimmer shades a little bit, but not quite as much as the Fix Plus, which is why I kind of have to have both of these in here. And the last item is a glitter, and it is the Stila Magnificent Metals glitter in Diamond Dust. Now, again, I already have a backup. I was running low. I feel myself starting to scrape the sides a little bit, and you can see in there, like, we're getting down to the end. So I already have a brand new one ready to go for the second that this one officially kicks the bucket. And honestly, there's a reason it's as good as it is. Like, I love the formula. They don't crease, they don't budge, they don't break apart. There's really minimal fallout if you leave them alone. Like, I have some glitters that, like, you blink and they start to rain down onto your cheeks. With this, I could take a little bit, I can dust it all over the lid, I can plop it right on the inner corner, I can even smudge it in the lower lash line, and as long as I'm not rubbing my eyes, it's not going anywhere. So thank you very much for watching. These have been my 10 products that I cannot live without, that honestly, do not touch, do not take away, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Like, these are pretty much all used every single day or every time I do my makeup. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will make sure to link Desi's video down below and any other videos I mentioned, and I will see you next time. Bye.